going to start in a bit. Let me just check if my mentees are here. I'm also testing my equipment. Here we go. Let me just turn off my cam muna. And we will start in a bit as soon as my mentees are around. just waiting for my mentees to go online because we have made an arrangement to do a live stream for today. And as you can see, guys, na-figure out ko na on how to like have two cameras. Actually, I asked for help, but yeah, as you can see, I have two cameras active now. One is focused on me, and one is focused on the table, which we will be using to, of course, demo the stitches that we will be showcasing for today para dun sa mga matututo. And for those of you who are interested in knowing how to do this, hi sis Anne, I am actually using the OBS software, which is available on YouTube. Actually, if you go to your YouTube Creator Studio, there are instructions there on how you can use the OBS software, but what they don't tell you is that you need to attach another what do you call this? There is a sister software that you need to install on your laptop para makatulong dun sa streaming nyo, which I might do a tutorial about. I don't know how din kasi. Hello sis CJ Jules, and thank you everyone who took time to be present here. I know that it's a bit late for us to start, but again, thank you. And again, I'm using the OBS software of YouTube kasi free siya. So if you are also interested in doing your live sessions with dual cam, this is the best software to use. I'm using a laptop right now, which is where you see my face. Ayan siya, andito yung laptop. And I'm also using my phone right here, which is mounted on a stand, of course. And I have my ring light close to it so that you guys can see the table. So, ayun. Hello. Let me know, guys, if you are ready to have me started on the tutorial, because actually I have several goals for today's live stream, because as you know, I have started a collaboration with gumalaw yung aking logo. I have started a collaboration with Crochet Lovers Philippines, and what they have is actually a mentorship program wherein we are going to be teaching newbies how to crochet and how to, of course, learn new things in crochet, or magkaroon sila ng ideas about what to do, and mas marami pa silang magawa in terms of crochet and other stuff. So, syempre, kakaroon na naman ng technical difficulties. Yung aking logos are misplaced, but I apologize for that, you guys. Let me just start by showing you guys the common hooks. And I think I've shown this in the video that I have showcased before. This is the hook set that I got previously on Shopee, and it contains most of the hooks that I am using. And because of that, this is very handy for me. So medyo may mga kulang-kulang na siya na hooks as of now. So sorry guys, but yeah. The common hooks that most newbies encounter are these hooks. So ito yung usual na sets of hooks that are probably available to everyone, and usually pag nakita nila yan, ito talaga yung binibili nila. If I'm not mistaken, one of my mentees, si Miss Tiara Cinco, also showed me that she had a few of these on her newly bought stash. So let's go on, and let me just show you na ganun talaga siya, ganun din talaga yung common hooks na naiipon sa akin. Yung mga, aside from the ones without the grip, I collect these hooks right here because it helps me crochet faster. Pero I would recommend that if you are gonna get cheap hooks, get the ones with yung a rubber grip, just like this. Kasi hindi siya usually natatanggal. Well, based on my experience, I haven't had things like this giving out on me just yet, which is a good thing. So, once ko lang siya binili and then wala pang nasisira, I guess the biggest struggle that I have when it comes to hooks like this is that if you have pets, they are very chewable. So the pets love them, unfortunately. And I've had 2 hooks of this sort eaten by my dog because she's staying inside with me. So in a span of a month, I think she already attacked 2 of my hooks, which is sad. But they're still usable and hindi pa rin siya natanggal. So matibay siya. It's a good investment. And moving on to what I was supposed to discuss, and what I'll do right now is I'm gonna use something that is similar to the hooks that my mentees are using. So this is the hook right here. By the way, if you're new in crocheting and hindi pa naman kayo ganun kadalas mag-crochet, you don't really have to worry about grips. Pero mas maganda if you're gonna get your first hook set, may grips na rin siya. Because, quite honestly, hooks like this, once you crochet for a long period of time, they hurt your hand. Masakit siya minsan dito, yung engravement ng logos. I don't know if my phone can focus, but yung engravement ng logos here would sometimes, well, when you're using it for the first time, hindi siya halata na magaspang, pero pag tumatagal, mas sumasakit siya, actually. Hi, Miss Ron. Hello. So, let me just, again, welcome all of my mentees. I'm not sure if they're all here, but welcome to the live stream. And what we're going to be doing today is we are going to discuss first yung common hooks, which I showed you earlier, guys. And then we will proceed to making swatches and adjusting your yarn. So, I think common na sa lahat na pag bumili ngayon, because everything is like, pag pumunta ka sa yarn shops, most yarns that will be offered to you is actually Indofill, polycotton, and sana hindi nagko-concert yung mga aso ko, but guys, sorry about that. Anyway, let me just yeah, so what do you call this? The most common yarn types that will be provided to you if you buy yarns right now is polycotton, Indofill, and fine cotton. I use fine cotton a lot. So, pag tinignan nyo lahat ng mga tutorials ko, ang tawag dito, most of them are on fine cotton. But before, I have a lot of Indofill, and the table, if you've noticed it right now, it's actually an Indofill gradient that I bought from, what's the name of the shop? I forgot. Because I hoard a lot of yarns, guys. And minsan nakakalimutan ko talaga which shops that I buy from. Pero ang gaganda ng yarns, I think it's from Ganchillo, Baguio. Kasi sa kanila naman ako madalas talaga bumibili ng yarns. So, ayan. So, let me show you. So, this is, of course, Indofill. And whenever you are making swatches, I'm not sure if you're used to making swatches, but it's important to make swatches because it measures yung stitches nyo. Malalaman nyo kung gaano kalaki yung stitches, ilang stitches yung needed, and kung ilan yung kailangan yung idagdag or ibawas when you're making your patterns. So, I'm gonna use, for example, this project that I made. Si Domokun. So, si Domokun, if you can see right here, yung stitches, and this is common because for us crocheters, sometimes if you're familiar with the basic stitches, madali na gumaya ng pattern. So, that I would like to share with you guys as well. Gusto kong i-share kung paano mo ma-figure out sometimes yung mga ang tawag dito, stitches just by looking at the pattern. And before I do that, I would like to stress out the importance of crediting the owners of whichever designs you're taking inspirations from. Napaka-importante nun. Kasi just recently, we had an issue with Miss Mary because of her Jollibee design. And I would like to encourage you guys that if ever that you take inspiration from a certain project, learn to credit the designer, the owner of the pattern, or even much better, if you can buy the pattern, if you can purchase the pattern from them, that would really be helpful for them as pattern makers, and para mas ma-encourage sila na maggawa ng mas maraming patterns for all of us. Okay? So with that said, when you encounter things like this, so kayo nakikita nyo siya through your screen, makikita nyo na medyo makapal yung thread. So let's see kung halimbawa if I have an Indofill yarn right here, how will I know if it is going to be sufficient to be made na in a similar thickness to the yarn that you have seen on the pictures? And that is where your swatches is going to pull through. So if you're making tops, sometimes your swatches can be as easy as making a square. So let me just gather some yarn here. What I'll do first is we will experiment on a double pull of this. How many ply is this? This is a 4 ply of Indofill. Nakangawit na. Namamanito yung pa ako. This is a 4 ply of Indofill. And you can have it on double pull para mas makapal. Tama ba yung direction ng aking camera? Yeah, there we go. You can have it on double pull, and as you can see, immediately as I do double pull, nag-iiba na siya ng thickness. So what I can do right now is I can test it with, let's say, a 4mm hook, which is what I got from here, and then gawa tayo ng slip knot as always. From the slip knot, let us do a couple of chains. So, pag nagawa nyo na yung base chain nyo, what we can do is just do a double crochet. The size of your square is not really what do you call that? Sometimes there are patterns that tell you the gauge on which you need to work on. Pero merong mga patterns na hindi kailangan ng gauge. So, if you're just doing this for yourself, kahit ilang stitches yung pwede mong gawin. And you don't really need to cut this. Pwede mo siyang i-frog. And as I've said before, huwag kayong matatakot mag-frog. Mas okay na yung mag-frog kesa yung mag-reset kayo ng entire pattern, or natapos nyo na yung pattern tapos tsaka nyo nalalaman na hindi pala siya swak. So, mas okay na yung ganun. So, right here, I am doing like several double crochets. And ako kasi, because I've been doing this for quite some time now, I know how to gauge my stitches depending on like the first row. But if you are a beginner, pwedeng several rows yung gawin nyo nito. And it would definitely help out on judging if what you did is enough or tama ba yung adjustment nyo. So as you can see, right here, just focus there. As you can see right here, nakagawa na ako ng one row. So, I'm gonna show you what I usually do. So, going back to the pattern, usually, kung wala naman sa inyo, i-judge nyo siya from afar and from a picture. Tingnan nyo lang kung halimbawa na you think it's sufficient. Tapos, minsan kasi, when you're doing the stitches, if your hook size does not, hindi siya match, if your hook size does not match your yarn, width or your yarn thickness, it would look a little wonky or magmumukha siyang maluwag or masikip. Mahihirapan kayong magganchilyo in short. So ito siya. So, kung nakikita nyo, 4mm hook yung gamit ko right now. Hindi ako nahirapang mag-crochet. Dire-diretso ako. Pero, let me just take this off and then I'm gonna use a hook size na hindi siya match. This is a 2.5mm hook. Pagka kinrochet ko siya, hindi ako nahihirapan kasi I'm used to using different hooks. Pero, makikita nyo agad na mas tight yung stitches when it comes to 2.5mm hooks. Tapos, usually, dito yung sumasabit. Kasi, hindi na nakukuha ng hook lahat nung yarns na dapat niya kuhanin. So, ang mangyayari, because the previous row is more loose than the row that we're doing now, kasi ito tight yung row natin, nagiging tight yung stitches natin because we're using a smaller hook. Ang mangyayari, parang magkakaroon ng bungi, tapos parang lumiliit yung stitches, so nagiging tighter siya. Get what I mean? Sobrang sumisikip yung stitches niya. So, nangyayari, parang siya nagkakaroon ng decrease. Okay. I'm not sure if si Miss, what do you call this? I am not sure if Miss Tierra is with us right now. Miss Tierra, are you there? But I promised to let her, to teach her how to do proper increases and proper decreases. So, since I have all of you guys there, pakita ko na rin na, of course, this is something I think that is common when you're making garments or when you're making anything actually crochet related. Hindi mawawala talaga yung increases and decreases when it comes to crochet. So on this turn, like, because I'm using double crochet, an increase is when so andyan pala siya. So an increase is when you add 1 or 2 stitches on the same stitch. So because we're doing a double crochet right now, I'm gonna add 2 stitches of double crochet in 1 stitch. So, yun yung increase natin. So, if you are making an amigurumi, and this is something na kailangan ng konting effort, kailangan natin ng illustration. So, I'm not sure if you guys have seen patterns of amigurumi that is drawn, but if you are making anything that is round crochet, yung round crochet items, you will always start with either a magic ring or stitches and then may multiple stitches kayo in that end. So let me just show you that. So, ito yon. Nakita nyo na yung differences dun sa swatches natin. I will show you how it looks like when it's in a ring. So, I think si Miss Tierra Cinco, she would like to make let me see the projects that you guys have. If I'm not mistaken, you guys wanted to learn how to make bonnets, right? So, gagawin ko siya in a larger yarn, but if you guys have Indofill, do it in 4-ply double pull kasi almost the same siya. So, let me just show you how I do it. I would usually start with a magic ring. Okay? And to create a magic ring, all you need to do is to get your yarn, twist it like so. So, para kayong may fish. Ayan. Tapos, ito yung mini fish natin. Fish. And then, hold on to that. Yung parang pinag-i-intersectan nila. And then, you get your hook, put it here, and do a single crochet. Ayan. Yun yung start. And then, do another one. Tapos, yun na yung magic ring natin. Depending on the pattern or depending on what it looks like, guys, yung magic ring natin usually starts with 6 to 8 stitches. Sana matino yung sulat ko. 6 to 8 stitches in the start. So if you have your yarn, you can work this out with me, or you can do like a magic ring and crochet along with me right now para ma-practice nyo din. And then let me know in the comment section kung saan kayo nahihirapan. Dun ba kayo nahihirapan sa mismong pag-create ng magic ring, or dun ba kayo nahihirapan dun sa twisting and stuff. So there. So I'm starting with the first stitch right now, and for a bonnet or anything circular, usually I start with 6 stitches. So yung ginawa natin kanina, first stitch yun. So gagawa ulit ako ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, 6 na siya. So, bakit siya tinawag na magic ring? It's because we will be pulling this, and pagkahatak ko sa kanya, it will close up, supposedly. It will close up like so. Tapos, pag nag-close na siya, that is when you guys can join it together with a slip stitch dun sa beginning na nandito. Okay. Here. Tapos usually guys, huwag kayong madi-discourage if this happens to you, kasi pagka makapal talaga yung yarn, yung yung tensioning, minsan talaga mahirap. So, if it does happen, just get another hook and loosen it up, or get your tapestry needle. I-loosen nyo yung first para mailusot nyo doon yung thread nyo ulit and your hook. Tapos, yun na. Okay? Ang pagsabit ay normal, guys, sa pagko-crochet. So, pag sinasabitan kayo ng yarn, huwag kayong madi-discourage. Ganun talaga. Yes, okay. Pwede rin yon yung chain 2 and then 6S single crochet. Pero, sometimes, pag ganun yung ginagawa, may natitirang gap. So, if it works for you, then okay, that's fine. Pero, I would recommend learning how to do the magic ring, kasi I think a lot of the projects out there actually recommend yung making of the magic ring. So, if you're following an online pattern, depende dun sa first couple of stitches, sila yung ilalagay sa magic ring. So, sometimes the magic ring would require you to start with a single crochet or a double crochet, or sometimes treble crochet pa siya in the beginning. Pero, if you're making an amigurumi, usually, and this is based on experience, usually, single crochets lang naman yung kailangan. Now, once you have done this, we will do increasing. And this is something na kailangan yung matutunan sa, when you're doing your patterns, or when you're following patterns. Hindi to nagbabago, guys. It's super, it's common knowledge, or kung makikita nyo lahat ng base ng amigurumi, ganito. So, ang pag-i-increase kasi lagi is, for example, I'm gonna use circles as our single crochet, and then I'm gonna use V for our increases. Okay? And if there are, gawin na natin X. Gawin na lang natin X yung single crochet natin. And then, I'm gonna put a circle na lang for our, let's say that it's our slip stitch. Sana ang ganda ng sulat ko. At sana kita nyo siya. I should have used a better pen, but okay. So, kanina, on this pattern, right, we did 6 stitches. So, 6 na X yan. 5, 6. So, isipin nyo na lang bilog siya. Okay. So, dun sa bilog, pag nag-increase ka, the first increase is always tigalawa. So, ito magiging 2, 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 ito yung magiging 2. Okay. Yun. So, from 6 stitches, magmamath tayo at sana kayanin ang utak ng Mamshie nyo. From 6 stitches, magiging 12 stitches siya. Okay. So, from 12 stitches, magi-increase ulit tayo the next round. But first, let me show you how we apply that on our work. So, chain 1, sometimes it doesn't count as our first stitch. So, ang gagawin ko is, I'm going to do an increase, which is 2 stitch sa isang stitch. Okay, 2 stitches in the same stitch, and that is our increase. Okay, and as you can see, I'm actually struggling on this part because my hook is probably not a match to the thickness of my yarn. So, but let's push through with this. Ayan. So, 2 stitches in 1, and that is your increase. And if you see this, if you are reading a pattern, minsan INC lang yung nakalagay, increase. And when they say increase, that means 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Hello kay Miss Purple Haze Acosta. Thank you for joining my live stream. And again, thank you to my mentees. If you have any questions, feel free to type them on the comment section or the chat box, and I will of course answer your questions as we go along. So ayan, let's see. So when you get to this part, we need to check if we have 12 stitches, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ay, sobra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, sobra talaga. 6 ba talaga to? Frog. Ang frog tayo. Let me check if we have 6 stitches. No, we don't have 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, seems like we have 8 stitches. So, mali. But again, I told you guys, 6 to 8 stitches naman siya. So, 8. So, magiging 16. Okay. So, bale, madodoble siya. Okay, let me just repeat that real quick. So, that's 1 and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Tapos, remember you guys, I told you earlier that it's best to do swatches. And this is actually a sample swatch, pero in a circle method naman. So, eto siya. circular naman siya. If you are going to make an amigurumi, usually, the second row pa lang, makikita nyo if you're using the right yarn or you're using the right stitches for it. Because if you notice, the work that we have right now, ang dami niyang butas. See, you can actually, you can see the things underneath, you know. And this is not good for making amis kasi lulusot yung lulusot yung stuffing nyo on the holes. So if you are making amigurumis, then you better, and if you're not following any patterns anyway, you can adjust your pattern na from this point. At least 2 rows pa lang yung nagagawa nyo and mas madali mag-frog kesa yung natapos nyo na yung pattern and then dun nyo na-discover na ganon. So, let me know if you have any questions so far, guys. So, we are now on our second row, and what I'm trying to do right now is like the bonnet that, well, the beginnings of the bonnet, pero not the actual bonnet. So, kung gagawa kayo ng bonnet, alam nyo na bilog siya. So, paano mo siya gagawing bilog? Paano ka mag-i-increase? So, ito na yung first row natin. Tama ba yung camera angle ko? Ayan. Ito yung first row natin. So, the next row that we are going to do is dun sa either right or left ng ating V, dun sa increase natin, magkakaroon tayo ng isa pang increase. So, ang mangyayari nun is increase and then 1 stitch. Increase, 1 stitch. So, ang mangyayari is for the third row, increase, 1 stitch. Increase, 1 stitch. Increase, 1 stitch. Increase, 1 stitch. So, alternate yung increase and 1 stitch. Okay? Laging ganon. So, ang mangyari is 2 and 1. So, madadagdagan na naman ng isa pa yung inyong stitches. So, laging ganon yung mangyari. I think I have, I'm not sure if I have that book here with me. Yeah. There is, mahirap kasi siya sundan pag nasa libro siya. So, mas madali sometimes for us to, this is a sample of an increase pattern. You guys see there. So, there's always an increase. But this one is an increase in spiral. And this one is not. Ayan siya. Medyo nakakalito siya for beginners kasi parang anong gagawin mo? Ano nang mangyayari? Ganun. So, as you can see here, there's always an increase sa second row para pampalaki. Yun kung palalakihin nyo siya. So, every time that you want to increase your work, on one part of the increase, you'll just do a single crochet or a double crochet, kung whatever crochet stitch that you're using. And then the next part, you'll do the increase. Ganyan. So, this is the third. That is row 3. So, yung row 1, no increase. Row 2, puro increase. Yung row 3, increase plus 1. So, parang, ang mangyayari is, let me just write that down para mas malinaw. So, row 1, no increase. Row 2, increase plus 1. Tapos, row 3, increase plus 2. Row 4, increase plus 3. So, ganun yung mangyayari. Ganun lang yung pattern, guys. Every time that you're going to do an increase, yung isang part ng increase, yung V part, and then, I call it a V kasi nga, parang nag-V yung stitch niya dun sa isang part na yun. Increase, tapos plus 1. Para hindi ka malito kung anong row ka nandun, minus 1 mo lang siya, ganun karami yung i-add mo na stitch. Parang magulo ba? lalo yatang mas magulo. Like for example, on what I have written here, diba, row 2 siya. So, 1 yung increase, parang row 2 minus 1. Ganun. Row 3, dalawa yung increase. The number lower than it is the number of single crochets or whatever number of crochets you will have to add on it. So, yun yung nangyayari. Okay? So, with that said, parang if you're making a bonnet, make it as wide as you can para umabot siya dun sa circumference na kailangan nyo for the baby's head. And for all of my mentees, I will, if you're interested in having the measurements, let me know and I will parang get a graph for you para magkaroon kayo ng reference at malaman nyo kung saan, parang if you're making baby bonnets or adult bonnets, at least, 'di ba, malalaman nyo yung magkakaroon kayo ng reference point para mas madali para sa inyo na gumawa ng bonnets. Okay? So, anyway, yeah. That covers forming swatches and making a magic ring. And what else we have? We have increases. I've covered increases so far. And then, just a question to my mentees. Do you guys have books or patterns? Or saan kayo usually naghahanap ng patterns to follow? Is it on YouTube or mas comfortable ba kayo on written pattern rather than patterns that are dictated to you guys? So let me know in the comment section and I'll wait kung saan kayo mas komportable. And I will also show you guys kung ano yung mga klase ng instructions available on the patterns because I do have a lot of books with me here in the cafe. And again, if you guys are from San Pedro, Laguna, please let me know and I will of course open up the cafe for you guys. We are still fixing up the stuff and hopefully if we are done with all of the fixing baka in January we can open up if we don't encounter any more problems. But let me know there. Sabi ni Miss Ron sa website. So, mas sanay siya sa website. Okay, so that's good. Because you're, but not all of the patterns are may graph. So, by the way, if you're frustrated with yarn patterns, know that you're not alone. I make patterns myself, but before I got to that point, I stopped crocheting for a while because I was frustrated with the written patterns. So this is one of my first crochet books. It's called Sensual Crochet. And this also helped me out. And I'm not asking you to buy it. Do not buy it. Because a lot of the if you guys notice, a lot of the threads online are not, and even if especially if the creator is from another country, sometimes they don't match. Parang because the threads are not similar to the threads that we have here in the Philippines, it's hard for us crochet makers to actually follow through with what they do. And because of that, you really need to learn how to gauge your work. And yun nga, nasabi ko sa inyo kanina yung gauge and the measurement. Importante talaga na matuto kayo na mag-gauge ng work nyo. And let me show you. Usually kasi sa YouTube videos, they don't show you how to gauge your work. So, hindi nila sasabihin sa'yo na, this number of stitches is equivalent to this, and this number of stitches is equivalent to that. Pakita lang nila sa inyo yung gawa. And wala siyang conversion, which is difficult for us pattern makers. Kasi, syempre, iba yung patterns here in the Philippines. Iba yung yarn natin. Usually, it's just Monaco, Indophil, Canon, Love Nuts, what do you call this? And the rest are expensive. So, if you're a beginner, usually, mahihirapan ka talaga maghanap ng pattern na mag-beeswax sa'yo. So, a lot of books will teach you how to swatch kasi malalaman nyo yung pattern adjustment. Pero, if you encounter, especially kay Miss Ron, if you have graphs that you have difficulties in following, let me know. Tapos we can figure it out together, and then we can actually work at that. Si Miss Tiara has this bonnet pattern that she actually sent to me through Messenger, and I've looked at it, and yun nga, ang basic nun kasi is just the circle. You just make the base circle, and then ang mangyayari dun sa other parts is we're going to do a winged crochet. So mas madali actually yung pattern kay Miss Tiara 5 kasi what do you call this? Medyo ano siya, basic. Well, it looks complicated, pero pag nakuha mo na kasi yung basic stitches nun, madali na siya i-follow. So, we'll do that. And again, if you see any patterns or if you get it from Pinterest and you're gonna post it online, do not forget to credit the owners of the patterns that you got it from, because syempre ideas nila yon. Now, when you get to the point that you have learned, and hopefully I can help you guys with it, na matututo na kayo ng enough stitches for you guys to make patterns of your own, and that will be a very happy day for me. Sana matulungan ko kayo on that. You guys will know how to mix and match stitches and make your own pattern. So, this is my own pattern. Yung makita nyo, si Domo-kun is actually one of my recent creations. Inupuan ko lang siya. But if you look at it closely, it's just double crochets all around and nothing complicated. So, it's just puro double crochet, tapos rows, tapos I just skipped stitches and then I returned the stitches here. Tapos I just attached a couple of felt cloths here. Tapos yun na yung ating eyes, and then actually sticker paper yung nasa loob. There. And then, on my last live stream na hindi ko naman natapos kasi wala pa yung camera na to before. This table camera wasn't available before on my previous live stream. I made this banana spray holder. And as you can see, puro din siya. Double crochet din siya. You don't really need a lot of yung knowledge nyo guys doesn't need to be super vast for you guys to create your own creations in terms of crochet. You just need to know the basic stitches. What are the basic stitches? Single crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, yung treble crochet. If you can get comfortable in making a magic ring, that's good. And if you actually for me, meron din kasi merong foundation stitches tayo na tinatawag, pero sometimes they're not necessary. Pero yun lang yung kailangan yung matutunan right now. Yung single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet. Learn how to make a magic ring. And then what else am I missing? What do you call this? Am I missing something else, guys? Let me know. Yun kasi when you combine stitches kasi, and let me show you a perfect example of that. Chain stitch pala is part of the basic stitches. Let me show you an example of that. Decrease ng half double crochet. Let's do that, Miss Ron. So, pero ayun nga, as an example, yung mesa ko, if you can see here, ano lang siya, combination siya ng madaming stitches. Ayaw mag-cooperate yung camera ko. Ayan, combination siya ng maraming stitches. Pero, sa totoo lang, ano lang siya, double crochet lang siya. Double crochet and chains lang siya. Ayan. So, si Sis Ron, nalilito sa pag-decrease ng half double crochet. So, let's do a half double crochet right now. Susunod lang mas mataas yung camera para hindi ko tinatamaan. Pero, yeah, let's see. So, increasing is combining or putting two of the same stitches on one stitch, and then decreasing is combining two stitches into one stitch. So, yun lang yung difference nila. So, what I'm doing now is I'm doing a row of half double crochet. And if you're new, to make a half double crochet, you need to yarn over once and then insert that into your hook, yarn over again, and then get a loop. So, there should be 3 loops on your hook. Pull that on all 3 loops, and then you have your half double crochet. I'm not sure if this is the US term kasi may British term pa eh. Pero this is the half double crochet that I know. So, let me do that for the entire row. Okay. Assuming that you did all of your stitches correctly, you should have the same size all throughout. If you don't have the same sizes, malamang baka napatight yung hawak nyo or not. So, ako, pagka nagtuturn ako ng work, kung ilan yung stitches from the previous row, ganun yung chain ko. So, since half double crochet yung nasa previous row natin, 2 chain lang ginawa ko, which will be equivalent to a half double crochet in itself. Tapos gawa na ako ng half double crochet here. Yan. So, kung magde-decrease ka on a half double crochet, all you need to do is to pretend to make 1 half double crochet first. So ito yung first step ng half double crochet natin, di ba? Magkakaroon ka dapat ng 3 hoops, tapos dito ka magde-decrease. Pero since we are combining 2 half double crochets together and we're doing an increase, magpe-pretend ulit tayo na gumagawa tayo ng isa pang half double crochet. So, we are gonna do that right here, and then medyo madami ka ng hoop sa crochet hook mo, and then that's how you combine it. Pupul mo siya dun sa lahat ng hoops kanina, and then you have it right there. So that's your half double crochet decrease. Okay? So mahirap talaga siya kasi ang dami mong ipupul na loops together. So, let's repeat that. So, kunyari, gagawa tayo ng half double crochet ulit. Ganyan. Yan. Kasi kunyari, half double crochet siya. But since we're doing a decrease, we're not going all throughout. We're going to do another half double crochet, kunyari. Ganyan. So, ang hoops mo in the hook is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then get it again, get your yarn over, and then pull through all of the loops. And then that is your half double crochet increase. Okay ba? Miss Ron. So, if you are finding it difficult to pull through all of the loops, hindi mo siya kailangan pagsabay-sabayin. Pwede mo naman siyang isa-isahin. So, gawin natin siya ulit for the 3rd time. Pwede mo siyang ganon. Parang 1 at a time. Basta make sure to, yung pa rin yung mo. So, lumusot pa rin naman siya. So, pwede mo siyang dahan-dahanin. Ganon. Yan. So, ganon na siya. Because we did a decrease, if we're going to do the next round, ang mangyayari nun is, nabawasan na siya kung ilan yung tinicrease mo dito. So, ganun yung mangyayari if you're going to tighten your bonnet. Ganon. So, or if you're doing something cylindrical or, what do you call this? Parang tubular. Ganun yung mangyayari. So, kanina, tinuro ko sa inyo yung increase, diba? So, the more that you increase, the wider your work is going to be. And the more that you decrease, mas papayat siya. So, kung gagawa kayo ng bilog, habang nag-i-increase kayo dun sa bilog nyo, pabuka siya ng pabuka. So, kung gagawa kayo ng hat, mag-start kayo sa bilog, mag-increase lang kayo ng mag-increase hanggang sa makuha nyo yung circumference na kailangan nyo. And then, para kung gusto nyo siya na pantay yung work nyo, same number of stitches lang siya on the round. So, for example, if you're making a bonnet, just like si Miss Tierra, she likes doing bonnets or she wants to do a bonnet, what I would recommend for you is, if the bonnet is simple, tapos wala namang complicated stitches, yung simpleng bonnet lang, you make your circle first, and then pag nakuha mo na yung circumference na gusto mo, you just, kung ilan yung final stitch count mo dun sa round na yon, you just maintain that. Don't do any increases anymore. And then just maintain that until you get the whole length of the bonnet that you want. Okay? And if not naman, if there is a corresponding like stitch count to it, i-maintain mo lang talaga siya. Tapos pagka, halimbawa, for amigurumis naman, kasi di ba pag amigurumis, we start off with something cylindrical, and then minsan papaliitin natin or minsan papalakihin natin. That's when you need to make notes. So, I think Ron, right, you make amigurumis. So, when you make amigurumis, make sure that if you're using your own pattern or kung kinakapa mo lang siya, take notes. Get your notebook with you. I also have like my own like mini notebook ready, especially if I'm doing all of the patterns ng by ear or by eyesight. Meron akong mini notebook just in case I need to repeat the pattern again. Okay? So, I think para hindi ko na ano ba tawag dito? Para hindi ko kayo masyadong maabala. If you have any more questions, just let me know right now. Ang tawag dito, si Miss Gla, I'm not sure if she was able to join us right now, but hopefully we can do a personal one-on-one live call or komportable ba kayo sa live call? I'm not sure if you guys are comfortable when doing live calls but let me know, message me, and get your yarn and hook ready. I'm going to do the same setup pero just on Facebook chat video call na para matutuhan ko kayo isa-isa on the projects that you want to work with. Pero let's look at each other's schedules kasi nasa may nasa may what do you call this? Medyo Christmas season tayo right now So let me know kung anong time kayo magiging free. Sana hindi nag-disable yung camera ko. Yan. Let me know kung anong oras kayo magiging free for mentorship para matutuhan ko na kayo isa-isa. So, this is the introduction, of course. Pero, sinend na sa akin yung mga pictures nyo, which I am very happy to see. I think yung pinaka-basic si Miss Tierra yung tututukan ko when it comes to basic stitches, and we're going to work on the bonnet picture that she has sent me para Miss Tierra, are you going to give this to someone? Para let me know para mabilisan natin yung paggawa sa kanya. But yun, if you have any projects that you guys wanna work on, please let me know. Please send me a message. If I'm not busy, I will reply right away. Kasi ganun naman ako if I'm not doing anything. I always have my phone with me and I would be able to answer your messages. And yun. So, medyo busy lang ako most of the time during Thursdays kasi what do you call this? Thursdays, I upload stuff sa Crochet Lovers Philippines. But other than that, I'm free almost anytime. We'll work on the designs that you have sent me, and hopefully talaga, congratulations, by the way. I think I have a small doll na pwede nating gamitin as reference kay si Miss Tierra. I think when I actually was pregnant also with my first kid, sobrang excited ko rin talaga to crochet. Unfortunately, hindi naman crochet stuff yung for the baby yung na-crochet ko noon. Parang damit yata ng mga dolls ng kapatid ko. But I'm gonna help you with the best that I can, and yeah, we'll work on those baby bonnets and other things that you can learn right away. So consider yourselves classmates for this session, but I will do like single tutorials for each of you guys when we have figured out each other's schedules. So medyo nagfo-faulty na yung camera ko on the next one, on the other table. So, and it's been an hour as well. May final questions pa ba kayo? Let me know before we end our live stream for today. Tapos mag kanya-kanya tayo ng sessions, kasi iisa-isahin ko na kayo dun sa mga projects ninyo, and hopefully talagang makatapos tayo ng mga projects. Na-excite ako talaga kasi wala akong baby girl. I have one kid, tapos lalaki pa siya, tapos hindi siya mahilig mag-crochet. So ayun. Okay. So just checking, no more questions, guys, bago tayo mag-end ng live stream. Thank you guys, by the way, for meeting with me today and entrusting your mentorship with me. Wala pa akong masyadong beginner-friendly tutorials sa YouTube, but I will do my best to provide more beginner-friendly tutorials for you guys. So, yeah. If you need anything, just let me know, and yun, nandito lang ako, and I'll assist you whichever way that I can. Okay? So, tayo? let's work together with the projects that you want to finish, and yeah, if hindi ko alam kung saan kayo located, pero as we move forward with our mentorship, and if it's possible for us to meet up, diba? Why not? Maybe we can arrange that in the near future. But for now, sana kayanin ng online to. So, guys, thank you so much. I don't wanna keep you guys any further. And, yun, appreciate ko talaga yung pagpunta nyo for today. And again, message me all of your questions, and we'll do our best to work on those projects. See you guys, okay, next time. Bye-bye.